We're back with science. I'm your host, Boston PhD. Joining me as always is Dr. Moon.
Howdy.
We're here
I'm a
to,
cowboy doctor now.
that's right, that's right, Cowboy Dr. Moon. Um, we're here to talk about, sorry, I like wiped everything out of my brain. We're here to talk about the last of our coverage for Into the Restless Ruins. If this is the first time you're listening to one of our ranking episodes, we're going to talk about kind of our final thoughts, our overall final thoughts on this game. And ask the question we ask every month, which is, are you going to keep playing this game or not? And then we're going to put this into our infallible list of the best roguelikes of all time. You can find that list over at weroguelikeit.com if you want to.
The one numbers. Oh,
That's
wait.
right.
Sorry,
That's right. That's
I
right.
got confused.
The dots are dots. You can figure out, see the entire list there, see the links to all of our coverage, both audio and video, and get the store page over there as well. So, talk about Into the Restless Ruins. Moon, what are your final thoughts on this game?
It's a solid game, to be honest. Like, mechanically, gameplay-wise, it seems like a decent little deck builder.
Mm,
Um, it's an interesting spin on that whole thing because obviously the deck that you're building is buildings, so it's quite literally a deck builder. It's as literal as you can get in that
right,
sense.
right. Yeah,
But yeah, it's good.
yeah. Are you gonna keep playing it? You think?
Possibly, if I can somehow manage to stay in my recent 10, 5
Right.
played things.
Your top five dashboard games. Yeah.
Yes, that is the main thing that stops
Right.
things from being played. And then,
Um.
5,000 install games.
Right. I really liked Into the Restless Ruins. I liked the combination of building the dungeon with the kind of deck builder, dungeon builder part. It really felt
Hmm.
like, I feel like what Loot River was trying to go for and really kind of didn't
Yes.
nail. I feel like this really nailed that kind of like make your own path from point A to point B in a dungeon. I think this really nailed it. Um, and then I liked it being a kind of like bullet heaven auto fighting thing when you dive into the dungeon to go do this stuff. Um, I'm finding out that sort of as we go through more and more of these games, one, we like meta progression, that's for sure. Um, but
Well, that's definitely true.
yeah, but I'm also finding that I really like when a game has like I liked it a lot in Moonlighter when you have that kind of cyclical nature of I'm going to go do this thing and that's going to end and I'm going to go do this completely different sort of thing. We saw that with Cult of the Lamb as well, where it's like I'm going to go do the
Yes.
dungeon, we're going to do that for X amount of time, and we're going to do something completely different. And I think Restless Ruins does that really well. Of like, all right, I'm going to have that kind of high tension dungeon crawling slashy part, and then when I'm doing the deck building, dungeon building, I can take however I want to do on that, and there's an entirely different puzzle part to that. I think that kind of cyclical back and forth, I think, really works well for this game. Um,
Yes.
I I think my only, it's not even really a criticism, but I think the biggest hurdle to get over for this game is just the increasingly sort of ramping difficulty between each dungeon. Like every time you go from dungeon 1 to 2, it's a big leap. 2 to 3, it's a big leap. Like each time you move to another stage or a new dungeon or whatever, the difficulty jumps pretty significantly. It's not impassable, just to be super clear, but there is a definite like we kind of ended on the clock level, and it was basically like, oh no, it's a full circle. Okay, that's, boy, this is really big. I have to change my strategy pretty significantly to make this work. So
Hmm.
that is good and that is bad. But
Yeah, and like the modifiers, I think, are all pretty great too. Like
yeah,
the
ca-
cantrips, that's the
cantrips.
word.
I keep wanting to say caltrops, because those are like the hunter traps, but no, cantrips. Yeah,
Yes.
I appreciate that too, especially for the like create your own difficulty options. I think that is
Yes.
really good. Um, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna keep playing this. Not because it's bad or anything. I did really like this game, but I feel like the We Roguelike a Train needs to keep heading down the tracks to the next station, which is kind of unfortunate. So played it for a month, really liked it.
Yeah.
All right, let's try and figure out where this is going to go in our list of the best roguelikes of all time, as we mentioned, weroguelike.com. We're going to start here at number 30 with a game we just talked about, which was Cult of the Lamb. Is Into the Restless Ruins better than Cult of the Lamb? I
I
think so, because I think there's more of a synergy between the two halves of the game.
yes.
And I think Cult of the Lamb, both halves were good, but I don't know they necessarily like felt like they fit together perfectly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like you said, it's another one of those games like Cult of the Lamb, Moonlighter. This are all like very cyclical nature.
Right.
Of like two different quote unquote game modes
Right.
to get into.
Okay.
Yeah, I can probably get above this one.
Is Into the Restless Ruins better than The Last Stand Aftermath? Boy, that's kind of tough. Two surprises, two like pleasant surprise games.
Yeah, Last Stand was super slow as well, which I think was
Mm-hmm.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
I can get behind it being better. Like, I think I prefer the gameplay of Last Stand Aftermath a little bit more, but
Yeah.
the two natured like the two style of game nature of this one, and like the reveal of how much random stuff happens in different rooms depending on what the look of the drawer is, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting that perk from the statue where it's like, yeah, every time you refuse a bounty, you get an additional one of those seals. It's like that's a
Oh my
game
gosh.
changer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's huge. All right. I agree. I think we should scooch that above. Is Into the Restless Ruins better than Dicey Dungeons? I think,
I definitely prefers it.
yeah, I think Restless
Preferred.
Ruins
Preferred.
clicked with us more than Dicey Dungeons did. I like Dicey Dungeons a lot, but I never really stuck with it to kind of get through all of it, and I could see myself doing that with Restless Ruins. I think maybe because
Hmm.
there's less content in there, which it sounds like it might be bad, but it isn't really, with how many times you may have to attempt Restless Ruin dungeons. It's a kind of a smaller but much more focused game, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We'll scooch that up top. Is Into the Restless Ruins better than Has Been Heroes? Oh boy. I think for me personally, yes. I feel like we always have to say this with Has Been Heroes of like it's a really great game and it's a very singular game, but I don't think it clicked with me as much as Restless Ruins did.
Yeah, I think Restless clicked a little bit a little bit better with for me personally, yes.
Yeah. Has Been Heroes is hard, man. And that's a game I have to pay
Yeah.
attention to like 100% of the time, the whole time. And that's,
Hmm.
you can probably hear how tired we are. Not happening right now.
Yes.
Isn't Into the Restless Ruins better than Peglin? Ooh, I like Peglin a lot.
Yeah.
I could maybe put it above. I don't think it goes any higher than Peglin for me personally. Um, for any of the audio listeners, the one after Peglin is Halls of Torment. Peglin is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
How are you feeling on this one? I could be swayed either way, I think.
No, honestly, I think you might be right. Like, I think Halls of Torment is an incredible game. Probably doesn't beat that. I think it's probably about equal with Peglin,
Yeah,
except like on a fun, quote unquote, fun level. Um, I'm good with it stopping here, to be honest. Like, it could go either way for me. Like, it could go both
yeah,
Peglin or below
yeah.
it,
Like,
but
ask me tomorrow, I might be like, oh, of course it's better than Peglin. But like, I think you're right. I think it's about tied. For I don't know why, but um, I think Restless Ruins can stop here. I think it's in a good spot here at number 27. So
yep.
landing just shy of our top 25 here, which is still great. This is our 72nd ranking episode, so you're kind of in the top
Mm,
three, top third there. So you're doing great. This is a great game.
yep,
I
we've been
really
doing
like
this
it.
too long, is what we've
We've
learned.
been doing this for a very long time. We are experts at roguelikes. I dare anyone to say
Scientists,
no. Yes,
not
we
experts, we are
yeah
scientists.
we have our PhD in roguelikes. Um, all right, don't forget next game here is Wildfrost, all one word. Where you'll be playing that for the next month. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and watching. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.